I just want some licensed free music, that's all I want. That's not much to ask, is it? No. Dragon King are all there. I'm just gonna call you Dragon King. Hello. I'm like, that's a very long name. And I have dyslexia, so yeah. Hi. Okay. I'm trying to find some music to put on. This is a spontaneous live stream. I got done packing stuff sooner than I thought, and I'm like, what can I do now? Live stream sounds about good. Let's see. I am doing a panel with let me see, Lightning Bliss, Tarek, Dr. Wolf, and Silverquill. And that is the panel about imposter syndrome within fandoms. Or imposter syndrome as content creators for fandoms, or imposter syndrome in general. Because it's widespread. It's spreading like wildfire. And it's not just applicable to one fandom. So we're going to talk about it. That panel, I believe, is in Friday evening. And let me think. I was going to be doing the International Brony panel. I don't think I'm doing it anymore. We're still figuring that out. There's stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm really not sure about. We're still working out the kinks here with in regards to like schedules and stuff like that. So I think they jumped the gun a little bit with that. But we'll see. Peeps are playing Among Us at cons. Neat. Well, it's funny you say Among Us, because if I show you a slide of one of the panels, you might recognize the font I'm using. So I'll give you a preview. Oh, well, if I could get my... There we go. Okay. Let's see. Which one should I show first? Yeah, I think this one should be a good one. There you go. There we go. Can I make the mic louder? I mean, it's right in my face and it's at full volume. So, I'm not entirely sure what more I can do. My mic input in OBS is at full as well. Is anyone else having issues with hearing me? The next thing I can do is just move my mic down. That's the best I can do. It's honestly the best I can do. Oh, you need new hearing aids? Well, that might be it, but I want to accommodate for everyone. And I don't have anything else playing, so... Okay, well, I'll work on that for future, because I know that people have mentioned in the past that the volume for my voice is kind of low. I tend to be quieter than other videos and streams I watch. Maybe this is more about the position of where my mic actually is. That might be it. Well, let's see if I can fix this, because I'm not going to be using my Cintiq, so I can just have it in front. Alright, how's that? It's been an issue I've had with a few people, not just your channel. Okay, so it sounds to me it might be a bit of a mix between, like, some people, like myself, not being able to level out the audio right. And maybe it might be an issue, like, with your hearing aids as well. But I wouldn't, like, say it's just that, though. Because especially for me, like, I'm a very soft-spoken person, usually. So... I also tend to lean back in my chair a lot away from my mic, so I need to learn not to do that. That's because you're a church mouse. Church mouse. The sus one is the dog. Well, let's see. Like, I mean, only one of them has a beak. No one expects Doc. Well, for those of us that know Doc very well, he's a very dark horse. In his own words, he can be very um oh goodness, I've forgotten the word he used. Sinister without being malicious. Which I really liked. I'm like, yeah, that pretty much sums you up. Not in your control, I'm just getting older and female voices are just harder. Yeah, I get that, and then if you're dealing with like an accent as well, yeah. I appreciate you too. I mean, I'm literally married to someone that really needs hearing aids, so yeah, but it's a work in progress. No one suspects this man Bliss Inquisition. Ah, you're a funny guy. Alright. You know what I should be doing? Should be telling people I'm doing this. Like, people are turning up even though I'm not telling folks I'm doing. No, why? What? Oh, I did not know this. Okay, I just went on the homepage of YouTube and Hell of a Boss has a new short out. I just saw it now and it was posted 6 hours ago. So, here's the thing. I have been really busy most of the day prepping for Harmonycon, hence the name of the live stream. And I just finished packing like 10 minutes ago. All my merch anyway. I haven't packed my personal stuff yet, but that will be done tomorrow. But yeah, I have not. I really want to watch it now, but we can't because I'm live streaming. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's not fair. That is really not fair. I'll have a love-hate relationship with Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel, as you guys may probably know. But anyway. Wow, echoing. Okay. So, the panel that's called Imposter Syndrome, most of you guys that play the game Among Us will probably recognize the font that we've used, or that I have used for the panel itself. And it's going to be a discussion about imposter syndrome and our own experiences with it, experience with it within fandoms, not just the MLP fandom, but the furry fandom, if you can call it that. And I don't know what the right terminology is because they're not really a fan of a franchise. It's like a celebration of a character archetype kind of thing. Or if I'm wrong, I'm not a furry. I don't know how to explain it. And then Star Trek as well, obviously. I'm really deep into Star Trek as well. Really, really excited about the coming year. We're going to be expanding more into Star Trek stuff. I have not been watching Starfleet Academy, and it's not because I've chosen not to, it's because I don't want to pay for another streaming service. So, yeah, I'm not able to watch it right now. But eventually, once I'm able to do so, pay more for maybe I can cancel my Amazon subscription, my Amazon Prime Video, now that Fallout's finished. Maybe I can do that. Maybe, but we'll see. It's gonna be about an hour. We're gonna keep it kind of casual. We're gonna be letting the audience participate a little bit, but within reason. We don't want people to be shouting out randomly, unless they're given prompts to do so. Yeah, because I can't stand it when people just shout out randomly because it throws you off your flow. Because a lot of the times with my panels, I tend to script them, or at least have bullet points. And also, you're on a limited time punch. You're on a time limit, and so you only get an hour slot. And there's I get it. You're at a convention, you're excited, and usually by the evening, most people are like either like they're high energy and possibly intoxicated as well. So it's like you really want to have a good vibe at the panel, but I want folks to remember that panelists are also there to work. So like if they get interrupted constantly, we don't mind like now and then people chiming in, but if it's every 5 seconds or so, it's very disruptive. So yeah, hopefully we won't have that issue this time round, but we'll see. It's like you're trying to have the balance of keeping it casual but still like professional, because I do this for a living, so it's like I want to allow people to feel relaxed but not give them the control over the event, you know. So yeah. Anyway, hope for the best, expect the absolute worst. Oh, good lord. Yeah. So why why did I choose imposter syndrome as a topic? Um, it seems like a bit of a downer, like a negative thing to talk about. Like this is a My Little Pony convention. We should be talking about flowers and rainbows and all this kind of stuff and friendship and flowers and ponies and bleh. But no, I want to talk about imposter syndrome and how we're all frauds and and how none of us know what we're doing. But you know what? We're gonna do it anyway. Oh my gosh. What is your favorite Helva versus show? Do you mean like which one do I prefer between Helva Boss and Hasbin Hotel? Is that your question? I'll tell you this: if you're watching Star Trek Academy, have Aspian, you're what? Have Aspian, you're going to get a headache. I'm going to give it a shot. Eventually. I just haven't watched it yet, and I know that has been hate watched, and a lot of fans within the Star Trek fandom are slating it, calling it awful, calling it quote unquote woke. And to those people, I say, have you ever watched Star Trek at all? It's been woke since the beginning, and I use the word woke in its like original term. Like, it's always meant to be breaking barriers, and it's like you can't have an idyllic future where everyone is meant to be free of bigotry or prejudice without depicting people of various lifestyles. So you're going to have you're going to have gay people, you're going to have trans people, you're going to have like interracial like relationships, you're going to have all of that, and it's like some people have a problem with that, and I'm like, why? Star Trek was the first show to have an interracial kiss on screen. It's like, come on, guys, do you even know what Star Trek is about? Anyway, but do you mean Lower Decks? I've watched a couple of episodes and I felt like I was watching, if a Family Guy cutaway gag was a show, that's what Lower Decks is to me. I mean, it's a good show, don't get me wrong, but I just can't get over the art style. It just screams Family Guy clone to me, and that annoys me. That is kind of stopping me from enjoying this show. It's too distracting. True Trek. I mean, everyone that's a fan of a show is a fan. I don't think there should be ranks, or like if someone likes the show more hardcore than another person, does that make them somehow more of a fan? I'm like, well, no, I don't think so. But it's like people shouldn't have to prove themselves within a fandom, is my personal opinion. Have you heard of the Transformers Friendship is Magic crossover comic? I have that comic. I've never read it. Someone gave it to me as a gift. I can't remember who. I think it may have been Flittergrizz? Or it might have been someone else. I honestly can't remember. I get given a lot of gifts when I go to these cons, and no, I've never read a single MLP comic, which is awful, because one of my favorite artists on the planet, Sarah Richards, illustrated the covers for the My Little Pony comics, and I have a few. I have MLP comics. I've just never read them. I'll buy them if they have like the covers done by artists that I follow, and that's about it. I mean, like Tony Fleeks, he illustrated the MLP comics. Have I read any of the MLP comics he's illustrated? No, but I've read Feral and Stray Dogs. I've had them signed by him, at a pony convention. I'm like, I say to myself, I don't really know anything about the MLP comics, and I feel awful about that. I'm an artist. I should know stuff about the comics, but I don't. So, there we go. Let's see. Okay. I have not tweeted that I'm doing this. Now, I'm using the word tweet, and I understand that tweet is now a word that you just associate with sharing stuff online. It's just, I'm leaving Twitter at the end of this month. I am sick and tired of Twitter. It's just not serving its purpose anymore. It's all the messages I get via DMs are scams, and I'm just done. I'm done with it, you know? And I know you can say that about a lot of other, like, excuse me, social media sites. But for me, Twitter is the worst. Because I remember when it used to be, you would log in, you check your messages, and you'd have several messages from people asking for commissions. Now, like, I don't get any, or it's like, it's someone trying to order a commission, but they're not actually ordering a commission, they're trying to scam me. And I've had 4 of them but since I reopened, 4 messages, and then nothing. But I know, like, at this time of year, a lot of people don't really want to place commission orders, and I understand that. But when all you get is bots or it's people trying to scam you, it's very discouraging. So I'm jumping ship, and I've said that before about Twitter, and I've backtracked. I know that. I backtrack big time. But no, it's I'm seriously leaving Twitter. I'm done. I'm deleting my account. I'm done. So I'm going to be on Blue Sky. So, and I'm still going to be using my Instagram, and I still use Facebook. I only use Facebook because it's one of the only ways I can talk to my parents. So I'll use that anyway. But yeah. Oh. I watched someone review Feral. Okay. Have you seen the trailers for the new Disney Hoppers movie? I'm really not bothered about it. It's not hooking me in. I'm just not bothered. And it sucks that I feel that way, but I'm just not excited by new animated Disney movies anymore. I'm more interested in independent stuff, or just I don't know. It's not that I don't like Disney anymore. It's just a lot of the stuff they're coming out with, it's just not for me. I mean, I'll probably see it when it releases, but I'll just wait until it's on Disney Plus, because cinema trips are so damn expensive, you know? I still haven't posted this on my socials that I'm streaming. Let's do that. I keep going off on tangents, but I'm just answering your questions. We're just chilling. We're not really, like, working on art stuff. I'm just trying to get my head around what I'm doing next week. Traveling to the convention, vending, doing a panel. Supporting friends that are also doing panels, trying to get to events. I actually have my Saturday evening free. That never happens at a convention. I'm usually doing panels right up until 10 p.m. in the evening most days. Nope, I have my Saturday evening free. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll have more energy this time, because I remember last year, last Harmonycon, I was vending all day, every day, and then doing panels. And there was one, I think it was the Saturday, I was vending like all day, and then I had panels back to back, and I barely had time to grab dinner. Luckily, I think Doc and Tarek just ordered pizza for everyone, so we didn't have to leave the hotel or anything, because I only had an hour for dinner and prep for the next 2 panels I was doing. So, and I have very little control over when panels are, and if you're vending, I do prefer to do panels outside of vending hours, but they can't accommodate that all the time. Um, but I'm I'm only doing one panel this year, and I'm kind of glad of that. I've got a bit more free time. I try to never do one on a Sunday. I try to keep that clear because that's set down day, that's close down day, that's goodbye day, and I don't want to do that. I've done that before. I've done a panel on a Sunday, and I just don't like doing it. Anyway. Catching up on the chat. The social medias I use regularly are Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I thought that said Twitch. TikTok. Oh my god. Discord. Discord's technically not social media, but yeah. Reddit, Tumblr, Blue Sky, and Game FAQs. Okay. Maybe some compliments will help you focus. Oh, thoughts on Nightmare Rarity. I don't know anything about Nightmare Rarity. I'm guessing that's a comic thing. So let's talk about Rarity though. That because since Rarity's been brought up anyway, there's a character that, for want of a better word, suffers with imposter syndrome. I think she hides behind a facade of confidence and vanity. I think she does have imposter syndrome now and then, especially in the episode where basically all of her fabric idea was stolen, and basically another so-called designer stole her ideas, so then she had to come up with something fast based on hotel stuff, so she called it hotel chic, and she made that in an evening with the help of her friends. And I'm like, she's even just after that she still won, but she didn't know she won. But before that, she had self-doubt. She was worried that she's going to be seen as the fraud, even though the person that stole from her was the fraud. And yeah, it's something that you don't really see her suffer from all that much. But yeah, we have a we'll be talking about that in the panel. But Rainbow Dash, when she does the Sonic Rain Boom and the competition, Fluttershy during Hurricane Fluttershy. That's more performance anxiety than imposter syndrome, but I think that comes under the same umbrella. So we'll be talking about that too. I definitely get performance anxiety, not just with doing conventions, vending, but also, funnily enough, when I'm doing D&D, I get major performance anxiety. I love D&D. I started playing it over a year ago, and I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? Well, there's a lot of reasons why. I know why, but I wish I didn't put it off for so long. Hey Maddie, I noticed an inordinate amount of pony video makers releasing videos today. Do you think that was because this is the weekend before Harmonycon? Probably, yes. Ponies are still a thing. Ponies will be a thing for a long time. The franchise is not dying. The fandom is not dying either. It's changing. It's ever evolving, ever in a transitional period. Especially in between iterations. Like, you can say that for any fandom, frankly. But yeah, I haven't seen any pony videos recently. Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought Nightmare Rarity was a fan thing. No, I don't know. Is it a comic thing or a fan thing? I have no idea. I mean, the comics are separate canon from the show anyway, so I have no idea. Funny thing, I watched the MLP episode with the Haunted Tea Party, and it gave me an idea. Pony Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket is in the anime. I don't know how that would work with ponies, though. What's your idea? What? Ever got out my to see videos of that? Okay, fair enough. Yes, the anime. That's my favorite anime, Fruits Basket. Do you mean like I mean I literally have two posters of Fruits Basket in my office. I love that anime so much. It was one of the first animes that I watched that I really got attached to. What is your what is your spirit animal? Be it Arthur. She's my spirit animal. There were people that have the oh, Be it Arthur played Dorothy in the Golden Girls. Be it Arthur also served in the military. She was a Marine, um, I believe. I can't remember how long for, but she served in the military and is a veteran herself. And well, she's passed on now, but um, like she's just one of these people that just has like this deadpan humor, but also has this almost villainous air about her, which I love. I thought your spirit animal was Jeff Dunham's Walter. I'm not old enough for that. Yeah, Bea Arthur is queen. Yes, she is. To confound Star Strike, how old do you think most of the main six are? Um, that's an ongoing thing, but like converting it to human years, I would say that maybe like they're all maybe in their mid 20s, early 30s, I would think, in regards to their um like careers. But I know that they're not all exactly the same age. I know that, but I think if I'm right, Fluttershy is the oldest one. I could be wrong about that. I mean, I'm not a theorist. I don't really pay attention to those kind of details. I'm an analyst though, but some details like that aren't really that important. But I mean, they are important to know, but they're not important to write about. Watch either anime movie of I've Seen Your Name and Silent Voice. Give me a good cry. I don't remember crying. Um, I don't remember crying. Maybe I'm just heartless. There was an episode she said was older than Rainbow. I think she's a year older than Pinkie Pie. I know that. And looking at the design of when we were seeing when they all saw the Sonic Rainboom, Fluttershy seemed to be the most mature one in her design anyway. Like her body type, she seemed taller than everyone else. So I don't know if that translates to being older. That's not always the case, but you know, it. Do you watch any theory channels? I watch film theory and game theory, yes, um, and I do enjoy them, but I enjoy analysis more. Um, the thing about theory channels is that they always try to solve problems within the confines of the show's canon writing, and like they never stop to consider, oh, maybe the writing is just shit. That's why I couldn't really finish their Has Been Hotel video, because hi, the question you were asking can be answered simply, the writing is shit. There you go. End of video. No. I'm sorry. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, as you guys will know, and I mentioned earlier. So, yeah. I mean, I get excited when a new short or video comes out, but I am very aware that the writing is just bad. But, you know, whatever. Are you doing Mad Monster Party in North Carolina this year? I applied and I got a table, but I had to cancel it because it's literally the weekend after I get back from Texas from Harmonycon. And so, no, I'm not going to be vending, but I will be there. Well, hopefully, we will be there as attendees. Or we might be helping with the Klingons again. I'm not entirely sure yet. But myself and my hubby will be there, and so will our service dog George. So, yeah, we will be there. But I'm not sure what day. But no, we will not have a table this year, sadly. But that's the one in February, right? That's the one this month. And then they've got another one in August. I'm gonna try and get a table in August. So, I really enjoyed the Mad Monster guys. They are fantastic. This is a horror convention in North Carolina, by the way, guys. For those that don't know, Mad Monster Party and Mad Monster Expo is a horror convention that happens in various states in the US. And I got a table last year at Mad Monster Expo, which is the August show, and that was they actually announced Doug Jones as a guest, and he is my favorite actor on the planet. So I was like, yeah, I'm going. So, that was a bucket list thing. That was amazing meeting him, and because we were vending, we were able to talk to him more than once, which was really kind of him to accommodate us for. He didn't have to do that, but he did. So, yeah. But no, we're not vending this year, but we are attending because we really want to meet Warwick Davis, who is a guest at Mad Monster Party this year. But hopefully we will have a table at their August show. But we'll keep everyone posted. Have there been other My Little Pony comics you've collected? I don't collect them. People give them to me. I haven't looked at them since they were handed to me, I'm afraid. And it's not like I'm not interested. It's just, well, maybe I am not interested. But I only really buy comics if they're done by artists I already follow and admire, and I want to support them. Or I genuinely want to expand my reading choices, so that usually ends up supporting indie artists and storytellers rather than mainstream stuff. So I don't really collect MLP comics, but if people give them to me, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take them. Yeah, sure, whatever. So far, the only conventions I've been to are the High Pointers Club. High Points are the highest spot in a given area. Okay. With Disney, have you ever looked at newest cartoons like Kif? Don't think so. I don't know what Kif is. Yeah, I figured that out. But we're going to attend. We're just not sure what day yet. Probably the Friday, because here's the thing, guys. When you have a service dog, you're sometimes a little bit more reluctant to go to events like these on the busiest days. Like, if we're vending, it's easier because we have a safe space to go and the dog can chill behind the table and no one knows he's there. But if we're attending an event, it's a different kettle of fish. Well, for us, it's like, we know some of the vendors and we know some of the exhibitors. So if we need a safe spot, then we can ask if we can hang out. But I don't want to overstep, I don't want to be what I call a table mollusk, Table mollusk is basically someone that is like talking to a vendor but doesn't understand the social cues when they need to leave the table, because the vendor is there to work, they're there to make sales, and if someone is at the table constantly talking to them, they can't make sales, because people will think they can't come to the table because they're busy talking to someone. So I don't want to be that person. So yeah. So if you go to Mad Monster Party and you see two people with a white dog, that will be us. Have a wonderful time at Harmonycon, Miss Munchkin. If I don't see you before then, see you real soon. Oh, you're going to be at Harmonycon. Nice. Who else is going to be at Harmonycon? Let me know. This is what the stream is about. It's about horse stuff. Oh my gosh. Anamorphic animals with magical creatures, even fairy tale figures, like examples of which... What? Oh, you're talking... Okay, that's Kif. Oh, the squirrel show. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. God. No, I've never seen it, but I've seen clips of it. Basically, look for the lovely Scottish lady with a doggo and a tree ogre. Don't call my hubby a tree ogre. How many of the regular chatters here have you met at a con? I've met a couple of them. Peppermint88, you'll be at the con. Awesome! Nice. Yeah, I will be in the vendor hall, next to Lightning Bliss table. Let me bring up the map. Where's the map? Here's the map. Boom. Yeah, we're not, like, drawing anything today. Are you gonna open or not? Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's the map of the vendor hall. If it will show up on stream. Refresh the stream. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I might attempt the MonsterCon to catch up with you. Ooh, Frost! Yes! I would love that. Because we have not met face to face. If you want to come to Mad MonsterCon, give me a message on Discord and we'll sort something out. And even if it's not a Mad Monster Party, which is this month, we can try for the August show. It would be really cool to have dinner with you or something, just to hang out. Maybe lunch might be better, but yeah, we'll sort something out. Give me a shout on Discord. But yes, the map. I am on table number 18, and you know the actual final layout will probably feel slightly different in the room itself, but I am basically on the opposite table I was at last year. I was actually on table 38 last year, and that wasn't a great spot because I was on the other side from all my friends, so I was kind of separated. So I'm glad that I'm actually beside them this time. So Aquila is not vending this year, which sucks. But I know that Lightning Bliss is, I know Keyframe is, but I think she's on table 41 or 42, something like that. They are sharing tables with another vendor that I don't know the name of. I know my little... oh gosh, what are they called? My Little Ties is going to be there, but they were always at these things, so looking forward to seeing them again. And a few other vendors that I follow that I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. You want a Doom flag? Yeah, there won't be Doom flags there this year. Sorry. You're still not well. Oh, yeah. Let's try it in August then. Give yourself time to recover. Let's see. But yes, I'm vending all day, every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so far, right as now, because I haven't heard otherwise, I'm only doing the Imposter Syndrome panel. I will be attending other panels to support friends that are doing them. I was going to be doing the International Bronies panel, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that panel anymore for reasons, but yeah, but there's still figuring stuff out there for those that know the reason. Then yeah. How are tables picked? Okay, so for most conventions, there's vendors will given the opportunity to apply to vend, and that's usually opened up almost a year before the actual convention itself. Sometimes 6 months, sometimes 4, or sometimes if they're really small and don't know what they're doing, they open them 2 months before the event, which is stupid. But yeah, I've been vending since 2014. I've seen it all. But yeah, but this is how it works. The convention lets people apply, and you you say who you are, what you're going to sell, and then they have a list of all the people that have applied, and they pick who they want to vend. Usually, well, this isn't like the same brush for all conventions, but most conventions like to accept vendors that have vended at other cons before. the same goes with doing panels. They want to know your history, your experience, because a convention can't run without vendors and panelists, right? So they want to know that these are people that, although they're not getting paid for it, they know that they can be relied upon for working at the convention as a vendor or a panelist or both. I'm doing both. I am a panelist and a vendor. I'm also a community guest this year, which is awesome. Um, so, and there is another way of doing it, that some conventions do it via a lottery, and that basically means that the same as before, you apply to the convention, but instead of them like going through each one like a fine tooth comb and studying who they are, what they do, what they'll be selling, it's just a random number, like they get picked out of a hat, and I hate that. Yeah. Just for laughs, you should draw the peeps doing the panel as Among Us crewmates. We we've done that. I haven't done that, but other people have. We used to play Among Us, or we used to play Among Us a lot. I didn't play it because I don't like the idea of casually lying to my friends, but I will happily sit in a call and watch people play it. It can be a lot of fun for people that really know how to play the part. There's also the hide and seek version where you know who the imposter is and you're just trying to stay away from them as possible. I like that version. That's fun. Just got the physical copy of the fanzine I worked on about rare anime movies. Your older reviews on Mad Munchkin Snaggage helped me track down a lot of old titles I almost forgot about. Awesome! Glad to hear that that series is helping people out still. How much was your table this year? I'd rather not say how much it was, but because I'm a community guest, sometimes if you're a community guest at a convention or you're doing panels or other events, they will comp your table for you. That has happened this time, but I can't divulge how much the table actually was. That convention I mentioned isn't the typical setup. There's only 2 tables, registration and souvenirs, and from what I've seen on Google, not a panel. Okay. So, Harmonycon is one of my favorite conventions I've ever done, and it's I've only done it once. And here's the thing, and this is my personal experience. I know it's not the same experience for everyone, but for me, because I've a lot of history to compare it to, I've been vending at conventions since 2014. Harmonycon to me is one of the most organized conventions I have ever vended at, and ever done an event at, and ever been a CG at. And the staff are brilliant. The staff are very hardworking, very professional, and obviously they're not getting paid to do this, so they're amazing. And I'm also glad that they're keeping it relatively small, so they're not like spreading themselves out too thin like other conventions have done. Another reason I love HarmonyCon is because it's in Texas, and I have a lot of friends in Texas, and a lot of people that live near Texas, so they can get to Texas a lot easier than North Carolina. So, yes, it's very much friendship con for me. I get to hang out with people that I have collabed with for over 10 years. I get to hang out with dear friends that I frankly would not be doing the job I'm doing now without these people. So, and some of them are like siblings to me, so it means a lot that I'm able to go to these events and work at them, but also get to hang out with people I consider my chosen family. So it's fantastic. I love this convention. Obviously, it's not perfect, no convention is, but it's one of the best I have attended. Anyway. Gumball fan, thank you for your donation of $5. Just wondering, do you believe in Christianity? If so, does that factor in your opinion on Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss? I am a Christian. I am a practicing Christian, yes. But I'm also an avid... I love studying theology. I love studying other religions and other, spiritual lifestyles. So, and in regards to whether that factors into my opinion on Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, because I grew up in a very indoctrinated household, shall I say, I would say yes, that is a contributing factor on my views on certain things, but now I'm like very much like non-denominational Christianity, and so I feel like I'm more open to um watching things that look at Christianity or religion in general and just tear it apart. And because I study theology so much, I really am drawn to that kind of thing. Like the movie Dogma, I love that movie so much. And the the thing is, it's like there's some like biblically canonical things that aren't canon in the shows. You know, like Abel, for instance. Like it said in the show that Adam was the first soul in heaven, which, if you know your Bible, is not true. He was not the first human to die. His son Abel was. So technically, Abel, who was now a character in season 2, should be referred to as the first soul in heaven, as far as we know, anyway. So that is a bit of a sore point for people that um like consistent writing. This is why this show is so problematic when it comes to its writing. So it's one of the many things. Anyway, that's a really cool question, though. Um, I would say that if I if I was to tell like myself, like if I was to be able to talk to myself as a 10-year old and say, hey, you're going to be talking about a show that's set in hell, and all of these allegorical characters in the Bible appear in it, and you're going to be talking about it on YouTube, which isn't even a thing yet. But I'd be like, because I grew up in a very strict religious household, I probably wouldn't even be allowed to watch the show, never mind make video series about it. So yeah. And I know there are people that will like say outright that they are Christian, and then they want to talk about the show because of that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want people to think I have some kind of agenda. Like, I don't ever want to do that. I'm not the kind of person that wants to convert people to my belief system. I don't think that's a right thing to do. So it's the same with a lot of Christian media. Christian made media is made with that kind of agenda behind it, and I hate that, you know. So it's like they'll talk about shows like Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss and accuse it of having an agenda of people. Oh, you're just trying to convert people to Satanism. I'm like, no, that's you wouldn't be allowed to watch those shows. No, because I wasn't allowed to watch anything secular until I was in high school. Unless my parents had watched it first. So, yeah. Project Acon in Dallas, Texas is one of the best cons I've ever been to. I got to meet James Hong and Bruce Campbell there. Awesome. There are a few, like, I don't just do MLP conventions, obviously. I do other conventions as well. Try to make a point of not being stuck in a box. Um, we have been applying to do GalaxyCon, which is a massive convention in Raleigh and NC. That it happens in other states as well, but GalaxyCon takes place in Raleigh, and I did apply and I didn't get in, but I'm going to keep trying. I don't really want to do it, frankly, because it's so big, and their artist alley is on a separate floor from the vendor hall, which I hate, and it's not accessible. It's not very accessible, so I have a big issue with GalaxyCon, especially with the convention center in Raleigh. It's not. It doesn't cater to everybody. You know, it's there are flow issues, people traffic issues, and they really don't accommodate for people that have mobility issues, that use wheelchairs or other mobility aids. They just don't consider that at all, and that is a problem to me. So yeah, I don't want to support that, but at the same time, I'm a businesswoman, and that is the biggest convention in my state. So I'm like, I want to see if I can get in, you know, see how I get on. But I don't know. Let's see. Ever been to PAX? No, I've not been to PAX yet. There seems to be a great number of indie animation pilots that take place in a hell of some kind. That's including Ramshackle and Knights of Guinevere. Yeah, like I think Knights of Guinevere is. I really want to know more. I really hope that um, becomes a thing. I don't know if it. I don't follow the news of this very well. I don't know what the Ramshackle is. But yeah, it is a reoccurring thing. What was your greatest challenge for being an artist? Oh, ever vend at art shows? Um, I'll get back to your question, Dark Knight. One second, Dragon Knight. Ever vend at art shows? I vend at craft fairs and I have exhibited at art shows before, but that was before I moved to the USA. It's not really my thing. I I find it a lot of these art shows are kind of stuck up, and just they're, in my experience, not the kind of people I want to be around. The greatest challenge for being an artist. Greatest challenge. Let me think about that for a minute. Greatest challenge. I think like keeping the momentum going in regards to making stuff is hard because it's just it when something you love doing becomes your job, you can often lose the love for it because it's now a thing you have to do and not something you do because you want to do it, if that makes sense. And so you have to draw or make stuff even when you don't want to. You have to really push it. And that is challenging. But you also have to be aware of when you just need to step away and take a break as well because of the type of work it is. It's not a 9 to 5 job. Like sometimes I'll be up through the night working on stuff because I'm in the zone, and other times I'm up all night working on stuff because I have a deadline to meet. So it's like different headspaces, you know. So like people think that, oh, you're an artist full time, all you do is sit around and paint. Like, no, if you're a full time artist, you're not just making stuff. You're your own PR. You're doing your own PR, your own advertising. You're doing all of your business side of things, all of your money stuff, all your taxes, all that kind of stuff. It's it's a headache. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So it's, if you want to make it your full time job, then you better be fully committed and you better have good quality stuff, because if your stuff is not up to par, if it's not up to the level it needs to be in comparison to other people that are selling at cons, frankly, it's it's really difficult to stay in it, you know? Um do you accept commission video reviews? I mean, people can suggest topics to me. I don't really want to be paid for such a thing, though. I used to do that as an option, and it just wasn't a popular thing that people wanted to pay for. And I would have to charge a lot of money for video reviews because it takes a lot. I do all of my video editing, all of my script writing, all of that. I do it all myself. So if I was to ask to be paid for something like that, I would need to charge a lot. And so, no, I used to have it as a Patreon perk, and I took it down because I maybe got like two. How is Lightning Bliss? Well, um, she's my friend. She's my very dear friend, good friend, and you know it's a journey. It's an ongoing journey, and so all I will say is that she is being taken care of. Okay. I've been to some national park system sites that don't cater to wheelchair users. One I know of is the St. Louis Arch. I'm sure some of the historical sites would also be inaccessible. Well, that's the sad thing, that a lot of these sites are, and it's not because they're. It's partly because of how old they are when they were built. You know, because the accessibility laws changed, so you know a lot of buildings are not catered to people that need mobility aids, whereas most buildings, if not all buildings now, are. So At least new buildings, but that's not always the case, but they do try. So yeah. Flater Chris, hi! How you doing? Hugs. Getting a big enough audience to live off of your art. Oh, let's wait, let me backtrack because I think someone asked a question about that. Let me create challenge. Nope, that's not it. Ben Archos do that. Okay. I thought I missed a question. Let me go back up. 1 second. No, that's not it. No, that's okay. Someone asked a question about I think it was advice about being a full-time artist or something like that. But I don't see it anymore. I think YouTube ate it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, question. So if I wanted to also go to the same con since I live close to it, also since I'm only 17, would I have to show an ID in order to be able to go in case since I'm not 18 yet? The Harmonycon is a family-friendly convention. If you're a minor, like obviously make sure you have permission from your guardian to go. There are some events that are 18 plus only, but those are usually in the evening and they are clearly marked as that. So that's the only time you will really be asked for ID as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that's the only case. Yeah. I was speculating about that being the hardest thing to become an artist. Yep, it's not the hardest thing is becoming an artist is not really a thing. You're an artist if you make art. But what the hard thing is staying that. Like I mentioned earlier, the momentum, like keeping that going. That's the hard part. I'm doing okay. Lady Week started but surviving. Wish I could be at HarmonyCon. Hope you all have a blast. I know it's going to be so weird because you're not there, and I'm like, oh, because you're usually my con buddy. Darn it. We will miss you. It is freezing cold here in Texas, lol, and I hate it. Yeah, we got hit with some really bad snow, huh? What if someone offered to pay for a video review despite the high price? What if someone offered to pay... I guess that would depend on what the topic is. Because I'm not going to be like, oh, throw money at me, I'll make whatever video you want. That's not how my brain works. I need to know, like, morally speaking, it feels right for me. So I don't know. I would have to think about that. I mean, if you genuinely want to throw an idea at me and pay me to do it, you can message me on my Twitter or not my Twitter actually, sorry, on my Instagram or Blue Sky. You can see links to that on the screen below. Because I know that on Patreon I used to take commissions for videos. I didn't ask for enough because the videos, they would take so long to do. Yeah, and so elephant in the room. Content is on hold because I'm looking for a different editing software, or I'm waiting until I can pay for the full version of the most recent version of Sony Vegas, because the Magic's kind of screwed me over with I have to renew the license, and I'm like, but I paid full price for this program, why do I have to pay for it again? It's kind of a similar thing to what Adobe did with Animate, like made people think, oh, that we're going to cancel Animate, no one can use it anymore, but that's not what they're doing at all. Magic's kind of did this similar thing. So half the country did. The snow in January 23rd, 25th hit from all Texas through to Maine and Florida. Yeah, it hit here in NC as well. Oh, the funny thing is, I somehow managed, right, I went home to Scotland for the holidays, and I got snowed in. I was stuck in Scotland for an extra week. I made a video about it. And then I came home to NC and got snowed in here as well. So I managed to somehow get snowed in on the other side of the planet, and then 2 weeks after that, get snowed in again on a completely different continent. The snow is following me. It's my fault. The snow. I am Biera, the snow goddess, apparently. It's winter is just following me everywhere. Biera is a Scottish goddess, by the way. Goddess of winter. Uh, I hope you have a great time at the con, Maddie. Me too! I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to be back. Best room buddy forever. Yes, I know. We'll be roommates again at some point, Chris. We'll make it happen. Somehow. Take lots of photos and yes, remember to wear a jacket. At the con. Yes. I leave for Texas on Tuesday, and then we're gonna spend some time with friends before the con, and then after the con, spending more time with friends. So I'm kind of bookending the convention with friendship. While you're outside, at least. Well, yeah, I'm from a cold country. I usually wear jackets if I have to, but I'm also I don't feel the cold as much as other people do. So some people might think it's cold, and I'm like, no, this is not cold. So, but yes, that is very good advice. Yeah. Oh, the snow's been wild. I mean, it's been kind of nice as well though, because like I we have a service dog, and so I'll take him out for walks, and he's a Pyrenees Retriever mix, and this is the first time since we adopted him that we've seen him react to snow. He's probably never seen snow before here, or if he has, it's not really been as heavy as it had been this time. He was like a furry dolphin jumping in and out of the snow. He loves the snow. So he got very excited one evening when we were taking him out for his evening walk. We have a chair next to our front door, and we opened the door to let him out, and he leapt over the chair. He was so excited to get out. It's adorable. It's really cool seeing him just like new part of his personality. He's a polar bear, yes. Pyrenees dogs are polar bears, pretty much. Our previous dog was a purebred Pyrenees. He was a giant, and he would be called polar bear when we were taking him out. People see him, they're like, "That's not a dog, that's a polar bear." Like, yeah. Basically, the dog we have now is basically like if a Pyrenees was the size of a retriever. And it's funny because he's a mixed breed. Like, you can tell when he's in Pyrenees mode and when he's in retriever mode. Like, when he's hyper, 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 happy, happy, that's retriever. When he's a floor rug, that's the Pyrenees. Pyrenees as a service dog, yes, that's actually quite a common thing. Pyrenees dogs make amazing service dogs. I've seen medical alert dogs that are Pyrenees, and they are very loyal. They're very hard to train. I will admit that, but once they've got it, they know what their job is. They are so good at their job. Amazing dogs. Good night, Frost. Thanks for hanging out. He'd be bigger than Maddie. Yeah, he was a big boy. What makes my mind blown is the fact y'all are going to be near where I live since I am only 28 minutes from the con. Ah, man, I am worried I might not be able to afford tickets for the con, though. Well, if you're going to buy tickets, I would be quick because this convention does sell out. So, a lot of these conventions do sell out, especially when it's like the week before. So, you can't buy tickets for the con at the hotel. You cannot do that. You have to buy them online. So, yeah. How much does he weigh? Odin, our previous dog, at his heaviest was 130. I think George, our current service dog, is 70. So he's not as big. And probably possibly Chase Silver. Yeah, like to clarify, it's just me going to the convention. My hubby is not coming. The service dog is not going to be at the convention. No, George is not ready for MLP conventions yet. Hell no. No, 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 no. No, well, he is, but no, not for flying. We have to fly to Texas, and yeah, he's not ready for flying. So, nope. Oh. So yeah, that's the floor plan. You guys want to see some of the merch we'll be selling at the table? You want to see some of that? I've been working really hard on this stuff. How long is the flight? It's actually 2 flights. Usually it's 1 flight and it's about 4 hours, but this time it's 2 because I'm flying Southwest, which sucks. Yeah, I have a very short layover, so I'm very nervous. But I'm like, well, if I miss my connection, they'll just put me on the next one. It's fine. I'll just be a couple of hours later. You know, I'll be able to grab dinner if I miss my flight. It's fine. As long as my merch gets there in one piece, I honestly don't care. The adverts. Yeah, well, I have to monetize my content, I'm afraid. Sorry, that's what the ads are for. If without the ads, I don't get paid. So, sorry. So let's see, what do we have? Well, that, so where's the social thing? There it is. Okay. Can we just switch to this monitor just to make it easier? Can I do that? Yes, okay. Okay, so here we go. This isn't all of it. This is some of the sticker designs and button designs we'll have at the convention. So starting with Applejack. This is an old design, but it was popular, so we're keeping that around. That will be a button and a sticker. These I hope to make available for keychains next year. Not this year. Next year though. And there is some has-been and Hell of a Boss stuff as well. But the only thing I can show you on stream is this one. The other one has a swear, so I can't show that one, but this is Stolas shouting, "I'm poor now!" So, there you go. We'll also have some Poppy Playtime merch. Free hugs. Huggy Wuggy if people like Poppy Playtime. Then we're bringing Celestia Sipping Tea back. And I do have keychains of this one. I only have 3 left though, so they, I don't know how long they'll last at the table. We have a new Chrysalis design. This will be a sticker, and did I do buttons? I can't remember if I did. Yes, did I? I cannot remember, and all my merch is packed, so I cannot remember if I did. We'll find out at the convention, I guess. I'm a professional. Anyway, we'll also have some Fallout stuff there. We've got art of everyone's favourite ghoul, Cooper. Zombie cowboy. Everyone loves the zombie cowboy. Then Fluttershy. It's an old design once again. And I think, do we have Izzy? I don't think we have Izzy. Well, sure. Anyway, because I think I've got some of Izzy shouting art. King Sombra. And Luna with the coffee. That's basically a pairing with the Celestia one. The next one I can't show you because there's a swear on it. Mary Sue screaming horse. It's just a funny thing I made. Then another, because people have been telling me at conventions, not just MLP conventions, but other cons, that I don't have enough Mary Sue merch. So I'm like, oh, you guys want Mary Sue merch? And they're like, yes, make Mary Sue stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. So this year there will be more Mary Sue stuff. And then Megan from Gen 1 MLP. Then Mummy Longlegs from probably Playtime. Nightmare Moon. We'll have some stickers. We'll have stickers of that. We don't have buttons, but we'll have stickers of that one. We tried making the buttons, but the button maker kept eating them. So, yeah, don't have that. Opaline from G5. The Plague. That's a Mother Gothel reference. I don't know, that the idea popped in my head during a conversation, and like we were talking about Mother Gothel and other villains, and then for some reason I thought of Opaline just saying the Plague, and I think it was because of the whole Mother Gothel keeps Rapunzel in the tower, doesn't let her leave, or like with Opaline, she doesn't keep Misty locked up or anything. Well, she does at one point, but it does have this similar dynamic, you know? So I think that's where the idea came from. And then Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Rarity. We've got a few other Rarity designs because Tabitha St. Germain is going to be at the convention. I have not met Tabitha yet, so I'm looking forward to that. I have a gift for her, and also a thing that I would like her to sign, which I will show you in a moment. We've got Drama Queen, sticker of Rarity, and also Tom. Then Spike, of course. That is a new one that we did this year. Or last year, this year. Then Tempest, Thorax, Twilight Sparkle, of course. And then we're going to bring in some Star Trek stuff as well. We've got Go Boldly Voyager, and we've got another one of the original Enterprise as well, but it's not in this file folder. And then Maddie stickers. Why do I even have that layer? A whole bunch of stuff. Now you're seeing how organized my filing system is. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's glorious. It's really not. Maddie and Mary merch. There we go. Okay, so as I said, we'll have the Cousin Mary Sue sticker and the horse. We'll also have presentation. Mary Sue doing the Megamind meme. Also, you may know Tabitha is similar, crazy fun like Ellie. I was getting that vibe. Yeah. I think they both exchanged notes on how to dress. Yeah. I have a present. I'll show you guys. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff here. And then we've got some TF2 stuff as well. We've got some of these as keychains. They'll be available. I have a lot of hand painted stuff this year, and let me switch back to the other monitor. I'll get rid of that, don't need that anymore. The hand painted stuff I'm really excited about. There's more hand painted stuff at the table than digital stuff. So let me, where did I put it? This is when I get a bit confused as to where I've put stuff. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you will have seen this already. Where did I post it? In here? Where is it? Oh, Discord is being stupid. Okay, well, close that and reopen it then. Yeah, Discord is being dumb. Okay, let me see. Did I... Ah, there you are. Yes. That's not the best picture, but alright. This painting. Um, let's see. This is a painting that was. You've got Luna, Derpy, Granny Smith, and Rarity all together because they're all voiced by Tabitha St. Germain. And the plan is to get this painting signed by Tabitha on the Friday. I don't know what I'm going to do with it after that. I might. It's either I'm going to keep it for myself or have it at my table for sale or donate it to the charity auction if it doesn't sell by Saturday evening. I don't know what to do with it. So we're just gonna see what happens with this one. But yeah, either way, it's gonna be signed by Tabitha, so that's exciting, and I will have moral support when I go there because I'm gonna lose my mind. And it's not because she's the voice of Rarity; it's because she is an amazing artist, guys. Oh my god! Like, have you seen her art? Like, wow. It's more like upcycling stuff. And it's incredible. Like, she repaints old furniture and stuff. It's amazing. So cool. Let's see, another one I've got is I've done this painting of Thorax as well. If are you going to show it? Yeah, there we go. And the thing about these paintings I'm showing you that I will not have prints of them. I will only be selling the original. No prints. Sadly. There will be old prints of Thorax at the table that are kind of like this, but it won't be this exact painting. Wait, will I have them? No, I will not have them. Damn. Sorry, I lied. Never mind. Other paintings I will have that aren't MLP related. Let's get into that, shall we? There'll be like I'll have all the main six and all like some G5 characters and then things from Five Nights at Freddy's and Poppy Playtime and a whole bunch of other series cartoon stuff there, some Disney stuff, all kinds of things. Hand painted keychains and coasters as well as paintings, all that kind of stuff. But other paintings I will have with me. Let's see. What did I pack? Do I remember what I packed? Oh. Let's see. Where are we? Paintings. Do I have that? Nope. Nope. Yeah, we will have. Where are you? That's a better one. Okay. Some Xenomorph stuff with us. Also, Rexy. Let's see, what other ones have we got in here? I'm trying to remember what I packed, and I can't remember. Oh, yeah, we've got, Doom Guy. I don't have a lot of, like, the theme of the convention this year is cyberpunk. I don't really have cyberpunk stuff. Doom is more, it's not cyberpunk, it's more petrolpunk really, isn't it? I don't know, well, not, I don't know, Fallout's more like that, but yeah. Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, when I was younger, around when the game first came out, I only started liking it because it reminded me of a Chuck E. Cheese, since that was part of my childhood. I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese, ever. Speaking of content creators, guess who also released something? Oh, a lot of people did. Blissy, hi, hugs. I see you in a few days. Oh my gosh. Ah! You are going to be rugby tackled so hard. Fifth Element or Matrix is considered cyberpunk. Fifth Element or Matrix. Okay, I don't have any Fifth Element or Matrix stuff, so oh well. And then we've got, well, that's one Doomslayer, and then we've got, well, that was Doomslayer Dark Ages, and this is Doomslayer Eternal. Oh, we also have Samus. Samus will be available at the table as well. I don't have you because you're on a canvas. These are on canvas boards. I have Cerberus with me, the Hercules version. Oops. Oh, God. Okay, come on. I can bring some prints of these as well as the originals. Yeah, sure. I can do that. I'll have them on my carry-on. This one was a lot of fun to do. This was the first time that I actually did the line work digitally first and printed it and then made a transfer. And I hadn't done that before. And that was basically what this piece was. It was a test for that to see if I could do it. And I managed to do it. And now most of the paintings since then that are big have the transfer painting. The Tabitha St. Germain painting I showed you, that was done digitally first. Let me show you the line work for it, actually. Here's the line work. There's the line work. Well, that's not it. Well, it is it, but it's not the finished one. That was the preliminary. There we go. Here's the line work. So if you want to compare this to the painting, oops. I don't know if you guys will even be able to see that, actually. Never mind. Yeah, that's the line work for it. And then if I switch to the painting, that's not the painting. Switch to the painting itself. Where's it gone? There it is. There's a little bit of difference, but it's pretty much the same. So what I do is I draw it on computer, obviously. I draw it on my drawing tablet. Then I print it out on like just normal regular letter print paper. And then I have some graphite paper. And I just trace over the line work, transferring it onto a canvas board. And then I ink it and then I paint it. So it means that I'm not like drawing straight onto the canvas board and wasting a lot of graphite. And the problem with like graphite, like you can use as much well, I call them putty rubbers, but that's not what they're called. You know that the erasers that you can buy that are basically like you can pull them apart and shape them to whatever you want, and they erase the graphite but don't leave any residue behind it. They don't smudge the graphite or anything. What do you guys call them? I call them putty rubbers. That's not what you guys call them, though. What did Hades name him? Fluffy or something. The Disney Hades didn't name the Cerberus. Magic erasers. Okay. No, the three-headed dog in Harry Potter was named Fluffy. That three-headed dog was not Cerberus, though. It was just a three-headed dog. Anyway. So, yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff at the con that I have not shown you. Hand-painted keychains. But do you guys want to see what I'm giving Tabitha? Do you guys want to see it? Perks of watching the live stream. Okay, so backstory. Tabitha St. Germain has two cats, and one of them is a Prussian blue called Spaceship. And she posted a picture of her cat Spaceship, and with the slogan, or with the caption rather, getting ready to go to a reading. I'm assuming Tabitha does tarot cards. Getting ready to go to a reading, and my cat is looking at me like, is that what you're going to wear? So I drew her cat. One second. Let me. It's not the best picture, but oh my goodness, why can't? Okay, hang on. Open. Save as. Wait, why am I having to do that? Okay. I didn't save the actual picture. Ah, that's stupid. Come on, why? Hang on. Save image. There we go. Okay. I'll get it on screen in a second. Harmonycon. There we go. Save. This is not the best picture, but at least you guys will get to see it. Oh, I don't have to save my work because I'm not working on anything. I'm just showing you guys a bunch of stuff. Save your work, kids. Yes. Yes. Harmonycon. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Are you ready for this? I really hope she likes this. It's not the best photograph of it, but there you go. Because I haven't like edited this. This is not going to be reprinted or anything. Come on. Oh my god, why? Refresh. Yeah. So in the speech bubble it says, "Is that what you're going to wear?" It's just this really exaggerated like expression. Like it's just a silly gift. Like, if I'm meeting someone I admire, I always want to try to give them something. I did that with Doug Jones. I drew his portrait. And always listen to the cat. Yes. I drew Doug Jones. I just drew his face. And when I gave it to him, he said, "You know, I get given a lot of fan art, and I don't frankly keep it because it's always of the characters I play. But I will be keeping this because this is me. This is my face." I'm like, yes, because you have a lovely face. And we need to see more of it. So then with Tabitha, I was like, I don't think she'd appreciate self-portrait somehow. So, I don't know, just something about that made me think, I don't think that's what she needs to be given. So I was trying to get inspired, and I thought, well, I could just give her a painting of a character she's played. But I'm like, people get given these kind of things all the time. Let's do something a bit more personal. I know I don't know this person, but I'm like, I follow her on Instagram. She shares pictures of her cats. Let's draw her cat. I do pet portraits for people. Let's do the cat. But then I saw the picture of her cat and the caption, "Is that what you're going to wear?" And I was like, oh my god, I need to do that. She has an orange cat as well, but I don't have time. Well, I could make time to do the other one, I guess. I have a couple of days before I fly, so yeah. Maybe if I have time, I'll give her two. Who knows? But yeah, let's get rid of that. No one tell Tabitha I'm doing that, okay? Hope no one took a screenshot and be like, "Hey, Tabitha, look what Mad Munchkin painted for you." I want to surprise her with it. Is that what you're going to wear? Yeah. So we've done a lot of prep work for this convention, and I'm really hoping that we do good at this con, because frankly I need this con to go well, guys, because the last 3 cons I've done they've not really been financially great. So yeah, I really need this year to go well. And oh my god, English. Harmonycon is the first convention of the year for me. So yeah, don't worry, I won't remember what she looks like and likely walk right past her like last time. This is someone that changes her appearance, like changes her hair color and everything, like all the time, like how I used to do. So, yeah, like I don't know what she looks like right now. So, but anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's 9 o'clock. Ah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I've got all of my merch packed. Well, pretty much all my merch. There's one or two things that will be my carry on, but technically that's not merch. Technically that's gifts for people. So they're not going in the hold. They are coming with me. Don't give the universe ideas. Yeah, that's good advice. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing the imposter syndrome panel. I'm not going to be doing the importance of staying creative panel this year. That feels really weird because, guys, I have done the importance of staying creative panel since 2014. I've done it almost every year since then, consecutively. And I'm not doing it this year, and it just feels weird. Oh, well, actually, that's a lie. You know what? I am doing it this year. I only learned this like last week. I am actually going to be doing the Stay Creative panel for the first time at a quote unquote non pony convention. I am going to be a guest at a convention here in North Carolina called Con Carolina. It's in May. And I only just learned I got accepted, guys. So this is not made public anywhere yet. But I'm like, oh, okay. That's exciting. And also nerve-wracking. Because these people will probably have no clue what my background is or anything like that. So, but I don't know, I got approved. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. Yeah. I've done this convention before. I vended at it last year. It's a 3-day convention. It's basically like an indoor Ren fair. So we're going to do it this year, and we're vending at it. Well, we've applied to be vendor, and so yeah, we're doing a panel for the first time at this con, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm also considering maybe doing the imposter syndrome panel there as well, but just on my own. So yeah, there's a lot to do, but it's not till May, so there's plenty of time to non-ponify it. So yeah, it's things are changing. I'm still doing pony conventions, and I've done, for want of a better phrase, non-pony conventions since I started vending. So this is not a new thing, but it is a new thing for doing a panel at a non-pony convention. I've never done that before. So yeah, it's not hard to miss a rainbow hippie queen from a distance. To be fair, there are a lot of rainbow hippie queens at pony conventions, and conventions in general, actually. And also, when I was in art school, I was surrounded by rainbow hippie queens all the time. A lot of my tutors were rainbow hippie queens. They were basically like Professor Trelawney types, you know? So basically, look, for Professor Trelawney, if like a rainbow threw up on her, that's Tabitha St. Germain. Oh. Alright, what else can we talk about? We're doing Harmonycon, but yes, Tabitha is our beloved queen. Well, to our beloved queen, this gift we send. I hope you like it. That was almost a Basil Great Mouse Detective quote. Almost. Okay, there we go, cat. Um, there are pictures of other things, and I'm trying to find them. Oh, merch preview. Maybe it's in there. Merch preview. Yes. Okay. I should have done this for the in the first place. Okay. Let's open a blank picture or canvas even. Image rotation. Paste. Look at that. Look, it's art. It's amazing. Now that's just some of the paintings I'm bringing. Got the main 6 there, and I don't have zip. I need to paint zip. I'll do that the next few days. And we've got some Hell of a Boss and Has-Been stuff. Some, like I mentioned, Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. And there's even a Mr. Ring-a-Ding there. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you'll know who that is. And of course Pomni from Amazing Digital Circus. So yeah, we've got those. And then what else have we got? Nothing. Where are we? What else have we got? Did I post anything else in there? No, I didn't. Ah, no. Okay. We have hand-painted keychains, and I'm trying to find the pictures of them. Let me go to, I think they're on Facebook. That's the only other place I can think of put them. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. Gigi, yes, Gigi. I don't know why that did that. You can pay no attention to the Twitter page that you saw for a few seconds. Don't know why it did that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to here. I know why that was there because oh. I just saw a post on Facebook. It's the anniversary of Odin's graduation, and he sadly passed on in March. Ah, goodness. Okay. Last March. Wow. Oh, poor puppy. Okay. So we are looking for pictures of keychains. So let's take a look. See if I can find it all. This may take me a minute. Ah, here's one. Okay. Again, it's not the best picture, but at least you'll get an idea. That's a terrible picture. Absolutely terrible. But it's fine. Let's just do this background there. Alright. So, yes, we have hand-painted keychains of the cutie marks. Twilight, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Fluttershy, Rarity. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Celestia, Luna, and Shining Armor, Cadence, and Starlight. And then let's see, we've got more. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. We'll have some like Marvel and I can't find the pictures, but we'll have some Marvel DC stuff as well on the keychains that I'll have. So hand painted stuff, and we'll have hand painted coasters as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be at this table, and oh, I love your keychains. Thank you. As far as the prices for these things, I'm not going to say that out loud on a live stream, but basically the I don't like saying the prices. I'm not like buy my stuff. It's like The stickers I'll be selling for $3 each, or you can get two for 5. Then the badges will be $5 each. The keychains are 10. Then the coasters are 15. The paintings will yeah. The paintings, the ones that you just saw, the small ones, there are smaller ones as well. So I'm trying to decide what I'm selling those for, so I need to figure that out. I think the smallest paintings will be $20 and the ones you just saw will be 40, but I'm still figuring that out. And then the larger paintings I'll have, they'll be individually priced. Yeah, I'm open to barter on the larger paintings because they are the most expensive things, but everything else, yeah, I'm going to stick to that pricing. I'm going to be doing custom order paintings as well at the table, but I'm only going to be doing 5, and they usually get snapped up within the first hour of the con. So if you want to pre-order one, you can't. You have to come to the table, and it's a first come first serve, I'm afraid. So yeah, it's basically like a headshot of your character's OC, your character's face, your OC's face even. It doesn't have to be pony, it can be like furry, it can be human, it can be your D&D character, whatever. As long as you have a reference image of the character, I can paint it for you. And if you're there for the full weekend. Those I'm going to be doing for $100 each, because they are watercolor paintings and they do take time to do, and that's why I'm only doing 5. So yeah. Hey, that's what I can do on the Saturday evening and just work on the paintings. There. I'm kidding, I'm not going to do that. But yeah. Lots of things happening. Woohoo! This is what it means when you're doing art full time. You're always working. Always working. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Let's see. Don't forget to eat. I have had friends tell me they will make sure that I eat. And the issue that I have now is that I am now gluten-free and dairy-free. And it's not by choice. So there's dietary reasons, allergy reasons, medical reasons. So yeah, they're all going to make sure that I eat. I will not forget to eat. I can't drink soda anymore either. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm basically drinking nothing but water half the time. I'm drinking coffee. I'm still drinking coffee. So there is that. And I have some vitamin C powder that I drink. So yeah, it's just life changes. I'm getting older, so I have to look after myself better. So yeah, doing that. So no, but I've already been told explicitly several times that people are going to make sure that I eat. I've already been told by one person that they're picking up one of my favorite meals. So I'm like, and they're like, and it's definitely dairy free at least. It might not be gluten free, but it is definitely dairy free. And I'm like, I'll take the bullet. That's what medication's for. It's fine. I have Lactaid. I have other things that will help with the gluten allergy. It's fine. As long as I don't eat nothing but takeout food or fast food the whole weekend, I'll be fine. Yeah, it sucks. There's a lot of food I can't eat anymore. Now you know my pain. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. But I still eat meat though. I'm okay with meat. I don't eat red meat because I'm allergic to it, but I'm alright with like chicken and pork and stuff. But it's I finally found some granola bars that I like. I don't know about you, Flare Chris. Can you eat granola bars? No, you can't. I don't think you can because there's yogurt in them, and yogurt's not vegan, unless there's some with that are vegan. Anyway, there's so many granola bars out there that I tried that just taste. It's like no, you can't. Didn't think so. They taste like cardboard. They're just so ugh. But yeah, because you can't have them because they've got yogurt in them. Can you get vegan yogurt? Pretty sure you can. Anyway, milk and wheat mess up my belly, so can't either way. You can get gluten-free granola bars. That's what I'm talking about. But a lot of them are, they taste like cardboard. Ugh. But I found some that are really yummy. I found a salted caramel one and a blueberry one, and it's so good. So I'm just gonna live on nothing but for nothing but granola bars. Yeah. Oh, I'm just finding all the new wonderful things. I've had to switch to gluten-free bread, which sucks. It's gross. Don't like it. It's not good. Where? Gluten-free bread sucks. It's gross. Okay. You like chewy bars. Okay. Make bread. Have you seen the size of my kitchen? Chris has seen the size of my kitchen. Do I have space to make bread in my kitchen? My kitchen is tiny. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. No. No, she is not. See? I do not have the space to make bread in my kitchen. I barely have space to make toast in my kitchen. This is tiny. You think I would make nom nom bread? Yeah. I think so. So for everyone that's going to Harmonycon, what panels are you going to be attending? Other than mine. Oh, I know that Lightning Bliss is doing a panel about touching grass. I'll be going to that. I'm not part of it, but I'm going to go to support. I want to try and see if I can get to one other panel. Possibly one of the art panels, I'm not sure. Oh, the cosplay contest. Awesome. I have a tiny kitchen too, precious Scottish biscuit. I know a lot of people are entering the cosplay contest. That's cool. I'm excited to see all the cosplays. That's something that I would have liked to have gotten into. Okay, I was into cosplay when I was in my early 20s. I was like really into it. But this was before I started vending and realized I enjoyed vending more than making costumes. I wonder if you're going to try to meet Tabitha St. Germain, you know, the voice of, yes. We just discussed that. Oh, I know you just arrived, I think. Um, we we will be getting a painting signed by her on Friday. I say we because I will be having some moral support. Some friends will be coming with me for that. And I also have a gift for her too. So, yes, we will be going to meet Tabitha St. Germain, which I'm really excited about. Not just because she's the voice of Rarity and Luna, and among other characters, Granny Smith and Derpy, and others, but she is an amazing artist, and I love her stuff, and it's very inspiring. So yeah. Every cosplay I make, I mainly do thrifting and sales racks. To be fair, I think that's how it should be done. Um, Thrift stores, obviously, stuff is cheap, and if you're gonna make something, don't pay out the nose with to like art stores like Michaels or the other one. What's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? Hobby Lobby. Um, don't support those stores if you can help it. If there are independent stores that you can get your stuff from, then go there. But yeah, a lot of stuff, and she's 60 years old and she sounds pretty cool. Okay, I thought I didn't know she was 60. Okay, all right, fair. I thought she was a bit older than that. Sorry. Okay, let's see. I will be wearing a kilt at the convention, and it's going to be black watch tartan, and that is purple and blue tweed, so not the red. I will not be wearing my red tartan hat because my red tartan hat, my Maddie hat, is broken. The brim is broken. There is no way to repair it. It is split in two. To repair it, I would have to take the whole hat apart, and it's just not worth it because as it's not an expensive hat by any means. It's sentimental though, and I don't want to take it apart. It's probably going to fall apart on its own. However, I will have it with me if I can find it. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Okay. It's in here somewhere, guys. I will hopefully have Mad Plushkin with me, the Maddie plush. She will not be for sale, but she will be at my table. She is my mascot. Guys, I am going to be right back. I need to go use the restroom. Talk amongst yourselves for a little bit. I will be right back. BRB. I return it. Flomp. Okay. I am back. I don't need to save because we're not working on anything. Yes, there are ads because I need to monetize my content. It's how I get paid. Sorry.
if you get YouTube Premium, then you can skip all the adverts all the time. You don't get any adverts if you have YouTube Premium.
Alright, what have I missed? She was born in 1964 on... Oh! Oh, okay. So, wait, if she was 1964, then she's 66. Wait, no, that's not how math works. No, 1964. She's 4 years younger than my parents. I'm dumb. No, never mind. I didn't get the math wrong. I got the math right if I was thinking about how old my mum is. What I meant to say is she's a couple of years younger than my mum. That's what I meant. Okay. My brain is not functioning today. Okay. Math. I don't like it. I hate math. I hate numbers. Anyway. How you do that? I'm going to go and do something. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyone having anything specifically they are going to look to buy at Harmonycon? Oh, usually when I'm at convention, if I'm vending, I'll try to buy something from the vendor next to me to show support. So I'm just going to see what's there. I usually try to buy something from My Little Ties, usually as a present for hubby. But I don't know if I'm going to do that this year. I might find something different. Yeah. I don't know. Because I'm a vendor, I don't really have much space in my luggage for anything. So, I usually end up buying, like, buttons and things to add to my lanyard. I always end up doing that, but a lot of the times people buy me stuff. They'll just see something and think, oh, she'll like that, and then just buy it for me and then bring it to my table. That's often what happens, which I really appreciate, but, you know, it's like, but I want to look around at the vendors too. You know, when I get a chance. If people watch my table for a few minutes. Yeah, we're going to be at table 18. And on table 19, right next to me is Lightning Bliss's table. And I think My Little Ties is like table 7 or something. I don't know. They'll be around there somewhere. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna do horror stuff. I do it for free to guard your stuff. I have assistants. I appreciate the offer though. I have people there helping me. I also have people that will like periodically come to my table and ask, have you taken a break? Oh, you have? Well, let's go for another one. Just grab my hand and take me outside. I've given them instructions to do just that as well. I'm like, please remind me to take breaks. Let me go outside so I can have a vape break. What's that? I should stop vaping? I know that. I need to stop vaping. I need to stop smoking. I haven't actually had a cigarette for a long time. Like years. So, there we go. Yay! Go me! Still working on the vape thing. I don't usually smoke at cons. I usually only smoke at home. If I do, but I don't really do it that often. Anyway. It's not something I'm proud of, guys. I am trying to quit. Okay. Let's see. What else can we talk about? I finished Fallout this week. Let's not do spoilers, but let's just say Fallout is amazing. I love it. Other things I'm watching. Yeah, let's talk about what I've been watching. I'm watching Record of Ragnarok. It's an anime. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it. And I started rewatching Pokemon of all things. And I mean starting Indigo League. I'm kind of a con mom when making sure my friends eat. Yeah. We have friends in our groups that are like con mom and con dad, con uncle, con cousin, con weird guy that's just tagging along. Like, but they all have the job of, have you had food? Do you need coffee? I will do a coffee run for you. Can you have coffee? You can? Okay, I will get you coffee. Silver a con uncle. I would say so. And it's funny though, cause like, how old is Silver? Oh yeah, he's not that much older than us, so it's like, yeah, you can hear Doc in my voice. Well, Doc wouldn't do a coffee run, but yeah, no, but if it was Doc, he's done this to me before. I remember. This was years ago. I think that was like at Harmonycon or something. One of the first Harmonycons I ever did, and I didn't really know him all that well yet, other than like collabing with him. I would say we were friends, but we weren't like close friends yet. Anyway, and he came to my table and said, this is when he still called me Miss Munchkin. That's changed, thank God. But he's like, Miss Munchkin, have you had food today? I'm like, I think I had a muffin. And he's like, well, that's just not good enough, is it? I'm like, oh my God, really? It felt like I had, like, if I was trying to steal a cookie from a cookie jar, that was how I felt, you know, and I got caught. So then he offered to get me a sandwich, and he did. Silver shamed me. No, I shamed myself. Another time, something really not cool happened at the last BronyCon that really upset me. And I had to hide behind Blissy's table for a couple of hours just to, like, calm down. And so Doc, being Doc, wants to take care of everybody, sees that I'm upset, knows why I'm upset, and comes over and asks me, do you need anything right now? And I said, I have some cookies at my table. Can you go grab them for me? And he's like, yes, I can do that. So he disappears off and then comes back about 5 minutes later. And you know you know what? I'm going to look up the image, because this is literally how he presented them to me. Wait, if I can look it up properly. So imagine this. I'm sitting on a chair and I'm trying to calm down. A friend has offered to get me a box of cookies. And this is Dr. Wolf that has done it, right? And no joke, this is how he presented the box of cookies to me. And it made me laugh so hard. Like, but by that point, we were pretty close friends at that point. But oh my gosh, it was so funny. Just Doc is a quiet guy, right? But he is so damn funny. Like, you guys don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about Silver for a little bit. Without Silver Quill, I probably wouldn't be vending at all. And here's why. I started vending in 2014, right? And I got the opportunity to vend at BronyCon. And I only got that opportunity because he offered to share a table with me. I said, hey, I'm going to be coming to BronyCon, and I applied for a table but didn't get one. But I've already invested the money to come over. Is there any chance that we could share a table? And he's like, yes, of course, that's perfectly fine. So that was the first time I had ever vended at a convention in America, and it was a big eye opener for me. I didn't take enough merch. I sold almost all my stuff when I was there. That was incredible. So I'm like, well, looks like I'm going to need to be doing more American conventions, and also like I'm going to be moving to America eventually because like I at the time, I met who my now husband is. So yeah, without him, yeah, I wouldn't be living in America right now. So I mean, they all had an integral part in that, but in regards to vending, I wouldn't be vending without Silvercrow. He means a lot to me, and he was one of my heroes and still is, but now he's one of my dearest friends. So he's incredible, and I can't wait to see him in a few days. So, well, in a week. So he's not vending though. He's not vending. That's gonna be weird. So used to be able to like throw things in his general direction. I can't do that. I could throw things at him as he walks by my table, I guess. Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah, Silver is a really sweet guy. He is. And Doc is a sweet guy as well. He's just very socially awkward and painfully shy. So, yeah. But once you break through that shell, and it takes a lot to break through the shell, frankly, but once you do, you've got a friend for life. Okay. Walls up. Okay. What I was going to talk about, I'm just going to leave this image up. I don't, who actually did the original of this? I need to look that up. Okay, I'll do that later. But yeah, that was how he presented the cookies to me, and it made me laugh so hard. Oh god, that was great. And it was when I really needed to laugh. That's the thing with Doc. When he knows you need a laugh, he will find a way to make you laugh. And it seems like he doesn't need to make an awful lot of effort. He just seems to know exactly what to do to make me laugh. Might it be a movie quote or just a silly expression, or even sometimes saying nothing at all or just making a face. That works too. I remember when they were over for my wedding a couple of years ago in Scotland, and I went to hang out with them at their Airbnb, and I think this was like 12 o'clock or something, and I hadn't had breakfast yet, and so I sat on the table to hang out with Blissy, and there was some chocolate bars on the table, and I grabbed one, and I said, "Oh, Blissy, don't let Doc find out that this is my breakfast." And I hadn't even finished saying it yet, and Doc's head just appeared around the corner of a doorway. And I'm like, oh, no, God. It's like, I'm in trouble. Anyway, who's my favorite Hell of a Boss character? Oh, who's my favorite Hell of a Boss character? I have to say Blitz. Blitz is my favorite. Damn. I'm not a fan of Brandon Rogers, but I like Blitz as a character. He's just hilarious. I love him. Yeah, Luna's fun. She's got a cool design and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just more drawn to Blitz. Okay. I'm planning on ending the stream in about half an hour, 25 minutes. Damn, that's good. Okay. He's got a food radar if someone eats or not. Yes. I mean, so does Turek. Turek Dragon. And some friends are just like they are dads of the group, like, and I don't mean a literal sense, like well, some of them are literal dads, but like some of them they just have the dad vibe. They just want to look after you, and that's wonderful. It's it's something I feel I definitely need at a convention, especially when I'm traveling without my husband. I definitely do appreciate that I have like um close friends that are male. There's a safe feeling about that, you know? Like if you need to go somewhere in the city or whatever, they'll be like, "Oh, we'll come with you." Like, yes. I'm 5'1". I don't want to go anywhere on my own. I don't even like going anywhere on my own in a hotel. I hate doing that. The buddy system is a thing for a reason. There was going to be a Ponycon here in Georgia about a decade ago, but it never got started. Oh, Georgia? That's near me. I would love that. I've been to Georgia. Once. I drove through it. Well, I didn't drive through it. I was in the car that went through it. Yeah. We tiny yet mighty. Indeed. Yes, tiny but mighty. We're like chihuahuas. We are tiny but mighty. But the whole build up to a convention, any convention, not just a pony convention, but like any convention. The anticipation builds, and then when you're all packed, which I am, I don't leave until Tuesday, but all my merch is packed. My personal items aren't packed, but you know, that's my carry on stuff. But when it's all done and you've got a few days to just like chill after working so hard on everything, prepping all the merch, painting all the stuff, drawing all the stuff, and then you know just seeing how it looks on the table. A lot of this stuff I've had at other conventions, not yeah, it's not all made for this convention, but you know it's it's like I can breathe again, at least for a little while until I travel. And I like having that feeling before I leave, because the inevitable anxiety that hits before you travel will probably hit on Monday, because I fly on Tuesday. So yeah. Force Silver to sing the theme from Silverhawks. I don't think I'd have to force him to do that, to be fair. Oh, Richard Horvitz, I met him at GalaxyCon a couple of years ago, and we were going there mainly to meet Kate Mulgrew, who's Captain Janeway in Star Trek Voyager. Sadly, she cancelled her appearance because of the SAG writer's strike, which I fully respect, but also as a fangirl I was kind of disappointed as well, because we bought the hotel room and paid for the tickets and stuff, mainly to see her. And she cancels. So I'm like, okay, well, it happens. Who else is going to be at the con that we can meet? And I'm like, oh, Richard Horvitz. Okay, Tate Donovan. Yeah, that works. Oh, John Delancey. Yeah, we can meet him again. Okay. So there was a few. There's a whole bunch of other people that I considered as well. But Richard Horvitz won out. And so he was my replacement for Kate Mulgrew. So I'm in line, right? And I get to the front and there's like 3 people ahead of me, but they're all together, right? And one of the guys meets Richard Horvitz himself, and then gets a picture with him, and then they're talking, and then the couple in front of me go, and the long story short, the guy in front of me proposed to the girl. So I'm like, oh, so the guy ahead of them orchestrated that. That is so cool. So I had a proposal happen right in front of me at Richard Horvitz's table. So by the time that was finished, that was over, I got to the table and I didn't even say hi to Richard. I just said, are you okay? Do you need a minute? Because that was a lot. And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. Wait, you're Scottish. And he got so excited. And then he was like, wait, you're Scottish? No, wait, let me do that again. You're Scottish! And did the best Scottish voice ever. He was like, how was it? And like, perfect. He was so hyper excited. Like, he's clearly an extrovert. And I loved his energy. He was so fun. So, yes. Out of any, like, voice actor I have met so far, like, you know what? In fact, probably my second favourite celebrity meet ever so far. The first being Doug Jones. Yeah. And even, okay, so the proposal in the Richard Horvitz line makes it almost number one. But that's not to do with meeting him. That was just what happened prior to it, so that makes it more memorable. I didn't know Richard played that robot from Power Rangers. Yeah, I didn't watch Power Rangers, so I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, I do remember seeing a Power Rangers thing at his table. I got an Invader Zim print from him, which he signed. So, yeah, because I really like Invader Zim. I did consider getting Moxie, but then I saw Zim and I'm like, yeah, no, that's more my vibe. So, yeah. Oh, what else? Well, I already told the stories over and over about Doug Jones. I love that guy. Parasocially speaking. Then Tate Donovan, the voice of Hercules. Is it Joss Whedon that does the voice of young Hercules? I think that's who it is. Met him. John Delancey I've met twice. He's a grumpy old man. But he's also an introvert. So, I've heard stories that people have really bad interactions with him. I've had a really good interaction and a really bad interaction. So the good is when I first met him, and that was at MCM Comic-Con in Glasgow. And so this was in 2019, so this was before I moved over. And so I was in line to meet him, and I was the first person there and also the only person in line at this point. So this was early in the day. So they weren't even out at their table yet. So yeah, then eventually they came out, and his assistant called me forward. I'm like, cool. So I go forward. I'm really nervous because Star Trek is a big part of my childhood, right? I grew up on Star Trek. Star Trek was like one of the few secular shows I could watch as a kid, and I remember loving Q so much. So then, oh, okay, Flitter Quiz, you take care. Oh, I need to sneeze. 1 second. Only one? I've got another one going? Nope, only one. Darn, no blessings for me. Oh well. So yeah, I get to the line and I'm really nervous, and my friends are standing at the side, like cheering me on. They're going, "You'll be fine, you'll be fine," because I was really stupid nervous. So then, I'm in a Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas cosplay, by the way, so I look ridiculous. Anyway, get to the line. I get to the table and pay the lady, the assistant, pick out my print, and then, like, I say, "Hi, it's wonderful to meet you," and I shake his hand, and he's like, "Oh, what are your tattoos about?" I'm like, "Oh," so I explain what my tattoos are. So I have 3 tattoos. So one is Just Dream, and on my other arm is Stay Creative, and then I've got a tattoo on my shoulder as well, which I didn't have at the time, but I've got it now, but it's one from my sister. So I was able to tell him about my tattoos, and I'm like, I was not expecting that. So we had a good chat about that, and then I asked him if he could sign a Discord figurine that I'm donating to a charity auction at a MLP convention. And he's like, yeah, of course I can do that. That's no problem. So, so I was like, I loved you so much in Star Trek, and of course Discord as well in My Little Pony, but mainly for Q. Yeah, so big part of my childhood right there. And then the second time I met him was at GalaxyCon in Raleigh, and oh my god, this was like 2:00 in the afternoon or something, and his line was mobbed, and he's just asking the same question to everybody. He's clearly drained, he's exhausted, and he clearly didn't really want to be there, right? So I get to the front, and he's like, "Hello, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm an artist." And he's like, "Okay, that's interesting." Sign the thing, and like, there you go. I'm like, "Awesome." So I'm like, "Oh, bless your heart, you're exhausted. You don't want to be here." So yeah, you get like some people like Richard Horvitz is extroverted, loves being around people, has high energy all the time. And then you get someone like John Delancey that is just introverted, exhausted, and not exactly like socially inept, clearly. Like just not, well, that's not the right phrase, but like that is the wrong phrase. But I mean like drained really fast socially, you know? So yeah. Good guy, tells really amazing stories. I went to his panel and he was telling stories about like going to these underground punk clubs with Leonard Nimoy. I'm like, what? What do you mean you went to a punk rock underground club with Leonard Nimoy? What? How many people can say that? What? He's like, the stories I could tell by Leonard Nimoy. Like, okay. He's like, they were just sitting at a table smoking cigars in an underground punk club. I'm like, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's in a bunch of other stuff, but I mainly know him for his Star Trek stuff. So yeah, big part of my childhood right there. Um, so then, um, I said Tate Donovan. Will Wheaton. Probably the third best celebrity interaction. And I was dressed as Hades. I was in a Hades cosplay. So people in line, one person asked me, they're like, "Oh, is that a character from some more recent Star Trek stuff?" I'm like, "No, it's a Disney thing." And they're like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah, one of the voice actors from the movie is here." So I just, yeah, they didn't voice this character, but yeah, they're like, "Oh, okay." So I get to the front of the line to meet Will Wheaton, and I basically tell him, "Hey, it's your fault I'm into D&D now." And he's like, "Oh, awesome. Roll the dice and see if you get a nat 1." Because he has a dice thing on his table. I can't remember what I rolled. But it was just a fun little thing that he does, like, to wish people the best, you know. I can't remember what I got. And then I said to him, like, about the reason why I love Star Trek is because that was one of the few secular shows I could watch, and it was also the show that my sister and I connected on, and she sadly passed away in 2020. So I was explaining to him that as well as how much Star Trek means to me and how much Wesley meant to us as well. Then also when we were watching Star Trek Prodigy, and I told him, when I heard your voice, I leapt up off of my couch. I was so excited that Wesley was in Star Trek Prodigy. And he was like, "Oh, that meant so much to me. Thank you. I love that series." So, yeah. It was just really cool, like, meeting these actors and remembering they are just people as well. They just have a really cool job. And, you know, it's good. I really appreciate them coming to these things because they're not easy. They can't be easy at all. Anyway, we have 10 minutes before we end the stream, so I feel like I've been talking forever. Any more questions? For anyone that's still here, or I'm talking into the ether all this time. I don't eat fast food. Well, okay, I can't eat fast food anymore, but I do like Wendy's. And here's why. Not the first time, but the second time I came to America was when I was staying with my now husband. At the time, he was my boyfriend, but now he's my husband. I was going to stay with him for a month, and we were going to go to a few conventions and things while I was over. and he picked me up from the airport. And on the drive to his house, I saw a Wendy's, and I just shouted, "Wendy's!" Well, actually, no. Let me start that again. What happened was, I saw Wendy's and just went, "Oh!" And he was like, "Oh no, is something wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, Wendy's." So he was like, "Oh, you want Wendy's? You're hungry?" I'm like, "Kinda, yeah." And he's like, "Okay, let's go get Wendy's." So now every time we see a Wendy's, we go, "Oh, Wendy's!" So, yeah, Wendy's is my favorite. It's kind of funny. It's not the best, but you know, if I have to have fast food, if I had to, it would be Wendy's. It's not my favorite. I don't like eating fast food if I can help it. Spicy chicken sandwich is usually what I go for. But I can't have it anymore. But yeah. What's my favorite type of music? Honestly, that depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I like to think I have an eclectic taste in music. Arby's, I like their curly fries and their turkey wraps. But again, I can't eat their food anymore. So, yeah. Damn it. Um but yeah, my favorite kind of music. Probably heavy metal. I love heavy metal music, but I also like score music, classical music. I like some electronic stuff. Um, I don't really like rap or R&B stuff all that much. Um, so I guess my favorite kind of music would be metal and classic rock and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like pirate metal, Viking metal, Finnish metal, all that kind of stuff. So like, the things like classic rock, Aerosmith, Queen, Guns N' Roses, Rolling Stones, all that kind of stuff. Or if it's metal, it's like Metallica or um, Avenged Sevenfold, Five Finger Death Punch, all that kind of stuff. Um, then you've got Glory Hammer, Dragonfall, all these things, all these bands. I've seen. Oh my God, Sabaton. Yeah. I have seen Illstorm and Sabaton live, and Glory Hammer live. So, heavy metal yoga. So you're basically doing yoga, but just listening to heavy metal. Okay, interesting. Okay. We have five. Well, yeah, 5 minutes. Technically seven, but we're going to say five. Now I have to protect my suitcase. My cat is trying to destroy it. Yeah. I don't have a cat anymore. My cat still lives in Scotland. She's 16. She's an old girl. She's had a good life though. So, yeah. He knows I'm going to travel. Yeah. Dragon King thinks the cat wants to come with you. I think she just want, or they want. I don't know the gender of the cat. They just want. Oh, yes, I do. You just said it. I don't know if he wants to travel with you, but you'll be like, oh, it's a box. If I fits, I sits. I am going to be at Harmonycon all next week. Yes. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be at the hotel on Thursday, but obviously that's setup day. So yeah, but yep, I am going to be there the whole weekend, and I'm going to be doing panels. I'm going to be vending, all sorts of wonderful stuff. Really looking forward to it. Oh no, it's 6 minutes before we end the stream, and like people are joining. Maybe we should keep going, but only if people ask me more questions. Hey, if you want me to keep the stream going, just ask more questions. Once again, at Harmonycon, I'm going to be doing a panel called Imposter Syndrome Within Fandoms. That will be along with Tyrek Dragon, Dr. Wolf, Lightning Bliss, and Silver Quill. We're going to be discussing our experiences dealing with imposter syndrome, as well as our coping mechanisms that we have adopted with dealing with it as content creators and event organizers within fandoms. So come along and check that out. We're gonna have some audience participation in that one as well. So it's not as structured as other panels. Well, it is structured, but as it's not us talking at the audience. I'm going to let the audience talk to us as well in some shape or form, but obviously within reason. Don't just like keep shouting out stuff randomly. Don't interrupt the panel, but you know what I mean. Let's see. Um, as far as I have confirmed, I'm not doing the International Bronies panel, but I don't think that has been confirmed on social media yet. But you know, it's the week before the con. There's some teething issues, so we'll just see what happens there. Might end up doing it, but we'll just see what happens. The vendor hall, if like basically if you want to talk to me, I'll probably be at my table in the vendor hall the whole weekend. And like I wasn't as open to this last year, but seriously, if you want to talk to me after the panel, please do so. I will be more energized hopefully this year than I was last year. Last year they had me vending and then doing 2 panels back to back in the evening, and I was exhausted, and sadly people did want to talk to me and I had to say I'm really sorry, but I am out of energy. I really need to just go sleep. And yeah, I felt so bad about that. But I'm like, no, I'm done. So this year I'm really going to make sure that I've got my energy levels at a better place so that I'm more open to talking to people after I'm done a panel. So yeah. And also like just to be respectful of if I do have to leave, because obviously life is life. But you know, I mean most people are. I don't really have that many bad stories about conventions, so. Well, I have a few, but I'm not going to air them out. Unless people want me to. Okay, send her money. Send who money? Don't send me money. No, make me work for it. Like, buy art from me. Don't like just throw money at me. Like, no. Reciprocation is a thing I really believe in wholeheartedly. So we'll have like badges, hand painted keychains, and hand painted coasters, original paintings, a whole bunch of stuff at the table, and a whole bucket load of sarcastic comments as well. Those are free. You don't have to pay for those. I will have a tip jar though. I'm kidding. Oh, maybe I will have a tip jar. Okay, I usually have a tip jar at these things. You don't have to give me money. Like, you could put candy in there. I'd be like, ooh, yay, candy. Because I don't have enough sugar in my diet. I'm not diabetic, but, you know, oh my god. Yeah, tip jar for Wendy's. I know, if I do that, a person in our friend group would be like, wait, you can't eat Wendy's anymore. Why are you making money? I'm like, shh. Quiet. Okay. Back from another stream. Has it been a good one? It has been a good one, and we really need to bring it to an end because we have been streaming for... How long have we been streaming for? 2.5 hours. I don't like just 2.5 hours feels a bit odd. Let's go for another half hour, shall we? Make it a good round 3. 3's not a round number, but you know what I mean. 3. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate? Neither. I'm lactose intolerant. Well, I can eat dark chocolate. Dark chocolate doesn't have milk in it. That weekend is Valentine's Day, so it's the season of love. Yes, it's also me and my hubby's anniversary as well, so of when we started dating. So yeah. But my hubby's not going to be with me. And the love of chocolate. Yes. I'm going to steal that idea. Tip jar for Wendy's Nuggies. Not sponsored. What can I use for a tip jar? Have I got something here I can use for a tip jar? I'll figure it out. Do you make any vinyl or acrylic art or products? I have some vinyl keychains, or acrylic keychains or whatever they're made of. But they're not made by me. They have my art on them. You know, I don't I get. Ugh. They are manufactured elsewhere. Is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. Wow. The love of chocolate. I don't have many love themed stuff for my table. I write a little C for copyright. Okay. Patented by Peppermint88. Oh, okay. Now you owe me money. You can guess what you can get a percentage of the tips. How's that? That's funny. Yeah, we're gonna be we'll have this painting at the table, which excuse me, I'm sorry. We're gonna have this painting at the table. It will be signed by Tabitha St. Germain. And if it doesn't sell by the end of Saturday, then it will be donated to the charity auction. Do you get some merchandising help from people on Etsy? I can't stand Etsy. Etsy is sadly it's just overrun with AI generated shit, and I don't want to support that anymore. I did have an Etsy store, but sadly it was just too much work for me to ship things out, and it was just too much of a headache, and I wasn't really making any money because Etsy was just taking too much of a cut from every sale. So no, I don't sell on Etsy anymore, and I don't recommend Etsy as a platform for selling. For digital things, yes, I do suggest that. I don't do that myself. I don't sell my digital files anywhere, unless they're commissions. Then I'll do it that way. But not. No, I don't recommend Etsy. I feel the same way about Redbubble and all these kind of sites. Etsy used to be all about supporting handmade artisans. It's not about that anymore. It's just another eBay. It's just another Amazon. It's just selling resold tat. It's just not. It's become Shein or you know, I don't like Etsy. It works for some people. It didn't work for me. So I'm not telling people not to use it, not to support people that use it. I'm just saying that I don't use it. So yeah. I will buy some things from other sellers on Etsy if I already support them on other social media sites for sure, but yeah, I don't use it myself. People keep telling me I need to start selling my stuff online. I'm like, well, I used to do that. I used to. But I just wasn't making money that way. I was just spending too much time shipping stuff out and not enough time making the actual stuff. You just asked me that same question. I answered your question already. I don't know if that was a typo or what, but I've already answered your question, so yeah. Oh, I can't remove that. Oh, crap. Why can't I remove that? Huh. That's weird. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's something I discovered. If you were in Squid Game, what would your player number be? 42. Because that's the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything. Ugh. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Okay. I think we've done well, guys, but I think I'm going to call it an evening soon. If you don't have any more questions, then I'm going to head off for the evening. Play some video games. Listen to podcasts about theology and psychology and all that wonderful stuff. Yeah, we're going to do that. Alright, so I'm also going to watch the Hell of a Boss short that was just released today. I have not watched it yet, so I'm going to do that. So, okay, so everyone that's going to Harmonycon, safe travels, and please come and support people doing panels and stuff, because all these people are doing this. They are not paid for this, so please come and support them. Come and check out the vendor hall, support all of these amazing artists and creators. Not just me, there'll be other people there that do far superior stuff to my own, so please come and check them out. And yeah, okay, so I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative, put your shopping cart away, wash your hands, wear your seatbelt. You know, just be excellent to each other. Good night.